final few that I'm going to show you, the ones that I keep next to my bed. Now, these are, again, some of my particular favourites, excluding the Kilimanjaro mustard and the sun tiger, which I keep in their respective positions around the room. These ones I keep here are amongst my firm favourite species that I don't mind having besides the bed. That is to say, I'll keep the Selena cosminae, etc. out of the way in the cupboards. These are a lot more docile, very pretty, and make good display pets. Right, first up in this little section is my Mexican redleg. I keep all my slings in the rearing jars, you'll see shortly. This one's just been upgraded from a rearing jar into this little enclosure. I've got my forceps. See if I can gently pop her out. Because these are one of my favourite little species. If she won't come, I'm not going to force her. Just like to see if she will pop out to say hello. Here she comes. No. She popped out and then went straight back in again. It's just a nice simple enclosure. Normally I don't like a hinge lid. She's so slow and docile. And it makes such a cute little enclosure that I can't really say no to it. Simple water bowl again, a couple of bits of cork bark glued to the bottom, a hide glued in place with some moss on it, a little bit of substrate. That's about all there is to it. Brachypelma amelia, that is. She's absolutely gorgeous. Very, very docile, very, very beautiful species. Second along, Brachypelma albopilosum, curly hair tarantula. These are the rearing jars that I was just talking about. Now the curly hair herself, or himself, you can hopefully see, yeah, there. Still relatively small, and very fast growers, still quite docile. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous little species. Very fast growers, feed them up nicely and stand back and just watch them grow. Now, despite the fact this says red leg on the front, this was the one the red leg was in. I've cleaned out the substrate. It's now a charcoal golden knee, a Grammostola pulcheripes, pulcheripes, however you pronounce it. She's there at the back at the moment. Again, don't use the hide that I made. Crouch and hide at the back there. She's going to be gorgeous when she grows up. Lovely black colour with striking creamy white markings down the legs. Next up, Holothalaense, Trinidad olive. These are absolutely prolific webbers. My recent one, I had one recently who had reached about that sort of size. Sadly, passed away recently. Charlotte's store had a load of slings in, Trinidad olive slings. So I said, why not? And grabbed a replacement. Very speedy little things. Hopefully I can angle this in such a way you can see the sling. There she is. See her in the middle there? Absolutely gorgeous slings. Again, grow quite quickly, and they're a wonderful little dwarf species. At full adult size, they're still much smaller than any of the other species I've shown you so far. I think they grow to about a 2-inch body length. I can't remember. I can't honestly remember. But they are absolutely prolific webbers. And I'd estimate that enclosure is going to be webbed up within a week. I've only had her 3-4 days now. As I said, the previous one, the entire closure was webbed with silk. They can be kept communally as well. Obviously, as long as they're each well fed and cannibalism is to be expected. But very well worth looking into. Very unusual species, incredibly quick, but never had any aggression from them at all. Speaking of prolific webbers, green bottle blue, Grammatopelma cyaneopubescens. The webbing this little guy has done is absolutely incredible. She herself is hiding at the very bottom there. You can see there. Very, very beautiful tarantula. I cannot wait until she grows up and gets her full adult markings. She's a little bit jumpy at the moment, but gorgeous nonetheless. The species needs to be kept very much on the dry side. A lot of people, when they first came into the hobby, because they're from Venezuela, a lot of people tried keeping them in typical Venezuelan sort of rainforest setup. They found that the green bottle blue died off very, very quickly in such enclosures. Turns out they're actually from very, very arid, dry regions and need that kind of setup. They're very moisture sensitive in the sense that they don't need or want any moisture whatsoever, besides the very occasional misting. Right, last on the list, again, is another one that I believe everybody out there should have. A Brachypelma smithii, Mexican red knee. She's an absolutely gorgeous little tarantula, very well behaved, occasionally kicks hairs, never had a threat display or anything from her. Very docile, very gorgeous, highly, highly recommended. There she is kicking. There is one further spider that I haven't shown you, and that's my Mexican flame knee, Brachypelma auratum. That's simply because this enclosure is too large for me to pick up, turn around and show you properly, and I've got an entire video on how I did this, which includes footage of her. She's absolutely stunning. She was my third tarantula, sold to me as a Mexican red knee. An absolute bargain. If you haven't seen the flame knee, check out the video or Google search for Brachypelma auratum. A very stunning tarantula. I tend to like it a bit drier than the other Mexican species as well, which makes them a little bit lower maintenance. She's absolutely stunning. She's, as you can see, kept right beside my bed. She'll often come out and sit around here. Wonderful, wonderful display species. So there we have it. Those are all my tarantulas. I'm hoping at some point in the future that Charlotte and I will pull a video together quickly for her species, Haplopelma lividum, cobalt blue at the very back, Aphnopelma chalcodes, desert blonde, Trixopelma occurti, mature male, Peruvian flame rump, Heteroscodra maculata, Togo starburst, Poecilotheria rufilata, red slate ornamental, Salmopaeus cambridgei, Trinidad chevron, Tyrannochilus lagardi, Fort Hall baboon, Grammostola rosea, red colour form, adult female, and Grammostola rosea, cherry rose, mature male, pink colour form. Hopefully we'll do a video of those soon, show you those. Until then, thanks for watching guys.